What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another one. As you guys seen or may have not seen in the last video, we went through the entire process of fixing the Z, and pretty much everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, it was running and driving, but we have come across yet another issue, actually two of them. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So I went to Discount Tire and I got a full set of all-weather tires just because we had a lot of snow over the past couple days and I thought I was going to be driving this car in it. But whenever we were there at Discount, they found a stud that wasn't quite sitting in there properly. As you can tell, it's just wiggling around. So I got all new studs to replace those. We're going to do that sometime this week, but we have something way more important that we need to figure out. So you guys didn't see this process because it was pretty boring, but I put all new terminal ends on this and I got a brand new battery. But for some reason, my Z is still acting as if there is no power to the chassis at all. And whenever I was replacing this power wire, I noticed there was a lot of corrosion going down this line. And a lot of people had told me that this is actually a problem that the Z has, is that the insulation is terrible on the power wire, and that is the reason why there are some no power issues going to the car. So what I did was bought an entire new battery harness. So I went ahead and just started this video after I got the part in because I was pretty positive this was the problem. So now we got to take out the old battery, take off the old terminals, trace the power wire down there to the starter, and pretty much just go ahead and start replacing this entire thing. Alright, so went ahead, took the battery out, disconnected both of the cables, and I went ahead and took the ground off right here that connects right there, and as well as took off the little bracket that holds on this little bushing. And now we're just going to trace these wires back, and as you can tell, it's a little dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a flashlight so you guys can see. It is like borderline impossible to see what is going on down here. So you can kind of see, you see this red thing on the wire right there that I'm shining at. So there's another bracket that I'm gonna have to get to, and then I believe that should be all the brackets all the way going down to the starter, which I have just realized that maybe we're gonna need to jack this car up and get it on the other side, but we're gonna try our hardest to only do it from the top, but it's gonna be a bit difficult. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get all the angles for you guys to be able to see everything, but I'm gonna try my absolute hardest. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my phone down so I can see and try and get this bracket. You see it right there. I'm gonna try and knock this off. You can kind of see the ground wire right there on the transmission, on the bell housing. So right there has a little bit of corrosion on it. It's not really wanting to focus. Right there, that little wire with some corrosion on it, that is going to be our ground that we have to get off. Alrighty, so I got the perfect angle on it with this little thing. So now we're just doing our due diligence to loosen it up. Having small hands is probably the best thing about owning this car, just because it's like super easy to get into spaces like this. Alrighty, so we've got this out. Boom, boom. Get that right in there. Now, let's go ahead and look for the back of the bracket. The back of the bracket is probably guaranteed to fall off once I move this. So let me just fish for it real quick. There we go. Got the other part of it. So the brackets were pretty much the only thing keeping this from moving freely. So now let's go ahead and get that. Can you see that ground wire?
Many hours later.
So we have an update. Let me explain what just happened. This wire right here, the one that connects to the power, I noticed that obviously now there's a new one on there, but I noticed that whenever I was taking all of the wires apart, I noticed that the old end was just sitting in the battery tray, and I was like, what the heck, why is it on there? And I started doing some brainstorming and I realized, oh my God, it wasn't in there properly. It wasn't tightened down and crimped like it should have been. So if you guys know, this is the power wire that goes to all of the accessories on the freaking car. So what I did, I just ran inside, grabbed a new one, crimped that down, and just reconnected everything. And look at this. Look what happened. Look. Ignore how freaking dirty my car is, but it's getting power. It does turn over. I'm just not gonna turn it over just yet because I need to go ahead and replace these studs on the passenger side. So I didn't even have to end up using this for the freaking car, which I am still going to replace it, just not here, not right now. I'm gonna wait until I can get the car lifted up in the air a little bit better. That way it's easier to reach, because I could not reach the starter. The reason everything is taken apart is because I tried to reach the starter from the center console area right here, and it didn't work, so I went ahead and put everything back together. But now what I have to do is replace the stud on the passenger side, and then that should be everything good to go to allow us to drive the car. And I'm going to go up to the storage unit. It's about an hour away. I'm going to go up to the storage unit and clean out my car. And now I have a running and driving car again, and I'm so beyond happy. I'm sorry that I missed the part where I found an issue with the wire. I was on the phone with one of my buddies whenever I was diagnosing everything, and I didn't quite have the ability to record, because I do record everything on my phone. But yeah, it was such an easy fix. And one of you guys even told me that that wire could have been the issue, and I never even realized it. But now let's go ahead and replace all of the studs on the passenger side. That last clip was actually multiple weeks ago, and the reason for that is because it started snowing heavily, ran out of time to record because I was working a lot. And then for the past couple of days, we've gotten nothing but thunderstorms, but the sun is shining. So now let's go ahead and get to work. And this is what we're gonna be working on. We're gonna try and get this stud to come out. But here's the catch. My car is on a slope right now. I don't really have a way of jacking it up to get it to come off. So we're gonna find a way to cut just the lug nut off. These zip ties will keep it in there. And then whenever I can go over to one of my friends' houses, I can jack this up the rest of the way and actually pull it all off. And I'm just gonna go ahead and replace all the studs while I'm there. But we're gonna go ahead and open the garage and try to see if a Dremel will help. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna see. So I don't think this is gonna work, but I have nothing here that could possibly work right now. I know a Dremel would, but I don't have a Dremel right now. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this because this is not working. And this is doing more damage to the chisel than to this. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and keep it like this for now and wait until I can go get me a chisel, or not a chisel, a Dremel, to go ahead and cut it off, remove it. That way, that's why a bumper built like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna wait until I can go get a Dremel and actually cut it off myself, because I don't have anything actually here at the house that I can use. But I do know that I have something either in storage or at my friend's house that I can use, but I can't go there right now, and I need to get this video up. So where we're gonna leave this off is gonna be like part one of this, because it's already getting to be a little bit lengthy. So in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and get this stud taken off. And I also want to see about just going ahead and putting on that new battery cable. That way it's just on there and it's ready to go, and I don't have to worry about it ever again. Also, I need to change the spark plugs in this car, and I've never done that before. So we're gonna learn how to do that together, even though most of you probably know how to do that. Sorry for the guy in the background, but I am gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching another one. I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. I apologize for the videos being so delayed, but they are coming, I promise. I am trying to do as much as I can between working, between me moving and not really having the space to do it, to do any of the work that I need to do. it's grown to be quite hard, especially whenever money is really tight and I really can't go out and buy all of the things I want to do to this car. So I do apologize in advance, but if you want to support, join down below, become a member to the channel. I don't really know what goes into it. There are some cool perks about it. I know there's some cool emojis, some cool stickers, and priority responses to comments. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but if it is, that is right down there. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support, and thank you for your patience. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.